Penultimate round of the Premiership 2021-2022. Is it just me, or were there like a bunch of highlight level kind of crazy finishes in this week's games? Feels like a lot of these games had some pretty cool moments. But anyway, we'll go through them. Key events, stats, standings and whatnot. And you guys can let me know your thoughts. Bristol certainly dented Exeter's chances of making the playoffs, didn't they? Exeter are down in 7th. After all this, that kind of mid-table has been pretty congested, but 40 points to 33. Bristol are still, they're having a bad season in 10th, but they're still able to knock off anyone on their day, aren't they? I mean, Sheedy's offload for one of the tries, that was the Leua try, was just bonkers, but that wasn't the only kind of cool moment. Fricker had a pretty cool intercept, which stifled the Exeter momentum after Exeter coming back. I mean, Grondona, Hodge, Kenny, Woodburn and Ewers tries for Exeter. Shetty coupled to Pietau, Leo, Fricker, Morahan for Bristol. I mean, Exeter honestly looked dead and buried, but 2 tries when Bristol had a yellow card made it 28 points apiece. Randall was looking busy with his sniping. Fricker, like I mentioned, also during the same yellow card, stops the Exeter momentum. That's maybe what kind of turns the game on its head. But I mean, Exeter at least with a last minute try to Ewers get 2 losing bonus points. But yeah, that's a game they probably needed to win. Run meters 513 to 380. That's to Bristol. Clean breaks 11 to 5 to Bristol. Defenders beaten 32-17 to Bristol. Pietau 7 defenders beaten 3 clean breaks, not bad. Johnny Gray 18 from 18 tackles in the losing shift for Exeter. But like I mentioned, Exeter are 7th. Been a disappointing season, I think. Kind of a wonder, are they affected by personnel changes, injuries? The fact that there's now no more 5-metre scrums if you get held up, and there's goal line dropouts and 50-22s. Have the law changes affected teams like Exeter, who they seem to be designed to affect? You know what I mean? They seem to not want teams to kind of grind tries. They want them to work the space. I don't know. Bristol, they're away to Sale in their last game. They are in 10th, but we've got a few weeks to wait for that anyway. So, yeah, they'll be already looking to next season, but trying to finish as high as they can. Wasps and Sale maybe seems to be the game to miss. I only saw the highlights of this one. 16-7. 2 tries. The boot of what's Mustachio man name? Goodness me. Rob Dupree, sorry. Gets them over the line. 16-7. Like, the run meters in this game is 140 to 197. That's, I mean, Bristol alone in that game, 513. This is low. Very low. I mean, Robson got yellow carded early, but Wasps actually scored their try during that period, which was a bit surprising. It was 7-6 at halftime, with Sale knocking some penalties over during a yellow card period of their own. There were yellow cards galore, and Barbary got one, but Sale's scrum seemed dominant. And like I said, the boot of Rob Dupree just gets them done. Gopeth misses one at the death. But yeah, 16-7. Both these sides look to be kind of also rans this season. 6th for Sale, 9th for Wasps as it stands. Wasps had the possession in the territory, but yeah, couldn't get it going. West makes 10 from 10 tackles in a losing shift for the Wasps boys. But yeah, the Sale winger, what's his name? Reed? 60 run meters, 2 defenders beaten, 2 clean breaks, in a game that was pretty quiet. To have 60 run meters when your team gets like 197, that's a fair chunk of them. So, yeah, home game against Bristol awaits Sale, and away trip to Leicester awaits the Wasps boys. Bath, I've got their jersey on because they are off the foot of the table now, with a 27-24 win over London Irish. I mean, Augustine Crevy keeps scoring. 2 tries in this game. I think that's 14 for him this season. Rowe looked in magnificent form despite a pretty bad haircut. He could have had a double, but one of them was denied for a forward pass, and Loader gets one. It's Williams, Spencer and Muir. Spencer still got some wheels, didn't he? For Bath, but Orlando Bailey with the boot. Ever reliable, gets a try assist. He's a really, really promising young talent. So, yeah, it seemed like it was a really nice day. really good weather for this one. And like I said, it seems like it was a pretty entertaining game. Faletau seemed to have a big shift with a try assist, try saving tackle at the death. So that's kind of what you want from your experienced man. Max Clark with the try assist for one of the tries was just pretty bonkers stuff. How he gets the ball off his foot when he's in the process of being tackled. And a scrum penalty on 72 minutes proves the difference in this one. So good entertaining game, that one, compared to the one above it anyway. But in the scheme of things, probably not going to make that much difference. But as I said, Bath fans will be happy at least to be off the foot of the table for now. Run meters 410 to 571. That's with Bath having less, actually. Defenders beaten 27-29, so that's pretty crazy. Rockaduni, I think they said it was his last game. Rockaduni, 118 metres, 4 defenders beaten, or was it just last home game? Rowe, 102 run metres, 6 defenders beaten, so certainly a game for the wingers to get a bit of space. But like I mentioned, pretty entertaining stuff. London Irish finished the season on the bye, and Bath are away to Worcester, I believe, which could be a battle for the... Imagine if it had been a relegation season. That would have been a crazy one. Harlequins and Gloucester. Gloucester's chances for the playoffs took a bit of a dent, but with one round to go, they're not over. But 28-24, Quins with a wee comeback, because they were like, 24-7 down? Morgan gets one from that forward pack of Gloucester. They're monstrous, but Dombrant gets one from kind of Gloucester failing to exit from turnover ball. It was like double turnovers, which is a bit disappointing if you're Gloucester, because Dombrant really shouldn't score that try if Gloucester just managed to kind of settle down and exit. So 7 points apiece, but then Carreras with a line break offload sets up Clark to put them back in front, and then Harris gets one to extend the lead. So yeah, really nice lead, 24-7. Gloucester at Twickenham as well, with a big raucous crowd doing the business. But Quins, man, they can just come back from anywhere. Danny Kerr just seemed to be into absolutely everything in this game. He gets a try assist from the boot. Rees-Zammit gets a yellow card for a deliberate lock on. Marchant, pretty tidy game himself, ends up getting 2. Murley gets 1. He's had a good season. So yeah, man. Danny Kerr, 2 try assists, 74 run meters, 2 clean breaks, 4 defenders beaten. Guy was just involved in everything. I seem to remember he's the guy who makes a tackle, which gets turnover ball. It's at the back of the scrum. Turnover ball, which then Rees-Zammit gets yellow carded from. So if he's not the man making the play, he's the guy who made the play before the play. You know what I mean? Very busy. Run meters 416 to 478, so Gloucester edged that, but Quins edged the possession. Second half, 70-30 is the possession to Quins, and penalties conceded 14 by Gloucester to 8. That's just too high. Ludlow, along with the try assist, also gets 17 out of 18 tackles. His ball carrying with the swaying. I don't know if it was like a fake dummy or what, but anyway. 24-28. Harlequins are in third. They are away to Exeter and Gloucester. They've got a home game. They're on 68 points, so they're just behind Northampton, who are on 70, but they've got to beat Saracens. They are at home, so you never know, but Saracens are in good form. Newcastle and Leicester, 27-5. That's maybe, I guess, an expected result. Leicester played their big guns this one. George Ford pulling the strings like usual. Nandolo getting involved in mauls is something beautiful to see. He gets the first try on 14 minutes. It's a 10-0 lead by halftime, but McGuigan, another guy who's doing all right with the try scoring this year, did get one back for Newcastle. But man, the second half, Nadolo's back in the maul. Porter on 69 minutes with the step is absolutely filthy. Like, that's highlight crazy stuff. That's nightmare stuff for Newcastle. If you haven't seen it, well worth a look. It's pretty sickening, but beautiful at the same time, if you know what I mean. 20 points to 5, so Stewart's won at the end. The kick even kind of sits up for him. It should have bounced out, but it hits at the right angle that it comes or stays in field, and Stewart's just able to pluck it down. So yeah, Leicester with the possession, with the territory. Newcastle concede double the penalty, so it's always going to be a long day at the office. These teams are at the different ends of the table, right? 11th and 1st. So Porter, 2 clean breaks, 5 defenders beaten, 52 run meters, not bad. Basham, 20 out of 20 tackles. But yeah, Newcastle 1 game to go in their season, and Leicester, well, they'll be in the playoffs. I think Saracens can still pass them, but it's all in Leicester's hands basically. And the last one, Sarries and Northampton. Northampton do manage to get 2 bonus points out of this one, which is a bit of good news in terms of their playoff race. But man, Sarries are absolutely coming good at the right time, aren't they? They've been in good form for a while, but they looked especially good in this game. The scrum was good. They were just knocking over penalties early. Northampton did end up getting 2 yellow cards in pretty quick succession. Ludlam won, and I forget who the other one was, but Sarries didn't really do that well during the double yellow card period. It was kind of reminiscent of my Blues the other day playing the Brumbies. They had a 2-man advantage and couldn't convert on that one either. But good stuff from the Northampton boys to fight. And then Freeman, as soon as the yellow cards were over, actually showed some real gas to put the Northampton boys in front. But second half, you can see these try times, if you can read the whiteboard, are pretty brutal. Tompkins on 41, Lewington 46, McFarland, that guy's unbelievably athletic for a forward, 50 and 60, and then good on 68. Shagan shows some wheels in this game as well, gets a line break to set his teammates up. McFarland, one is a charge down, he bobbles it and scores. One of them is an intercept and a freakish dive. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, remember the guy's a forward, not a winger. It's literally crazy stuff. If it's a bit of a hiding, it gets out to 42-17, but Northampton do have a bit of a comeback. 3 late tries, they get some great passes, so at least they get the 4-try bonus point. Proctor's finish at the end is also pretty tidy if you're looking for some kind of special finishes in the corner. But but too little too late. So clean breaks 13-4, pretty lopsided. Defenders beaten 38-20. Again, it's almost double, isn't it? Territory 63-37 to Sarries, so they were in pretty good control. Farrell 2-try assists, didn't run the ball much, just kind of pulled the strings well. Proctor beats 8 defenders, but Sarries are in second away to Gloucester, and the last round, and Northampton in 4th, home to Newcastle. They certainly should be getting the result there. Barring the pressure getting to them, or Newcastle putting in a heck of a shift, but you never know. So, penultimate round is in the bag. It looks like it's going to be Leicester, Sarries, Quins, pretty much guaranteed. I think it just depends on the actual spots they finish. And then it's between Northampton and Gloucester for that 4th spot. But Northampton having Newcastle at home will certainly be way bigger favourites than Gloucester against Sarries. But as I said, you do never know. Northampton all got it in their own hands. So we will see. You guys let me know your thoughts on the games. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.